Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat petang to everybody. So I would like to welcome everybody to our webinar series organized under the Office of Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research and Innovation. So for today's session, we will have our invited speaker, Associate Prof. Dr. Aidah Jumahat, which is one of the Deputy Director under the Office of Research Nexus, UiTM, one of the unit ataupun PTJ under the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Office. So before we start, today's session, Dr. Aidah will share her expertise and guide us on writing successful FRGS proposal. Before we start with our sessions today, so I would like to remind everybody to please mute your mic so that today's session, we will start our session with presentation ataupun sharing session from by Dr. Aidah. So I hope the process, the session will go smoothly, and then after that, after Dr. Aidah has finished with her presentation, her sharing session, and then we will proceed with the Q&A session, insyaAllah, macam biasalah ya. So before we start our session today, izinkan saya untuk membacakan profil Dr. Aidah. Dr. Aidah merupakan orang lama di pejabat TNCPI. Before this, under the pejabat Community of Research, one of the 7 directors, and then now telah ubah kepada pejabat research Nexus UiTM. She is one of the deputy director. So Dr. Aidah is an associate professor in mechanic material from the School of Mechanical Engineering, College of Engineering. And like I've mentioned just now, she is one of the deputy director under the cluster of industrial technology. And she received her degree and master degree in 1999 and 2002, respectively, from University Kebangsaan Malaysia in Mechanical Material Engineering. And then she pursued her PhD in 2011 from the University of Sheffield, UK. So up to date, she has produced ataupun graduated 15 postgraduate student, master and PhD, and now currently supervising 6 postgraduate student. So she has published more than 190 technical papers, journal, chapter and book, and conference proceedings. And to date, she has received 70 research grant amounting 4.3 million. So this include FRGS, PRGS, and also industrial grant. The latest one yang from Petronas tu Dr. Aidah?
Yang Petronas tu insyaAllah belum ada surat perjanjian lagi.
Alright, okay. So with her expertise and experience, saya percaya we believe that Dr. Aidah can help us to write ataupun guide us to write a successful FRGS proposal, insyaAllah, with the latest guideline. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Aidah to start the session. Dengan segala hormatnya, dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Dr. Saiful. Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to all. Yeah, at first I would like to I would like to thank you very much lah Dr. Saiful for a very nice introduction of myself. Okay, Dr. Saiful juga is the head of innovation unit di Research Management Center. InsyaAllah for today's session, our our talk ni like kind of discussion lah, more towards like discussion on how to write a successful FRGS proposal will be assist by Dr. Saiful jugalah untuk for the new guideline FRGS 2020. Hopefully there is not so much different lah FRGS 2022 sorry, FRGS 2022 with 2020. So before that, I would like to welcome all professors, professors, associate professors, doctors, lecturers, researchers, to all. Thank you for listening to to our discussion our discussion today on how to write a FRGS proposal, in which today we're concentrating on domain technology and engineering, Dr. Saiful. But of course it is very general lah untuk for the researchers to go through actually on how to write the FRGS proposal, grant proposal. Okay, so basically my research areas, my research interest in fiber reinforced polymer composites or nano composites. Other than that, for lightweight structures and lightweight materials. Okay, so I've been Dr. Saiful have introduced myself just now. Okay, so the discussion today, for domain technology and engineering, for the researchers to write a proposal, a good proposal, a good proposal. Let us discuss on several topics, several scope. Okay, so at first, let us discuss on important things, especially on the important dates that the researcher have to take note. Okay, this is very important. Okay, on the important dates, and then how to understand the specific requirement of FRGS, how mandatory to digest FRGS guideline 2022, and also to check or to study all required info in the online form. So today we are going to go through we are going to go through the migrant, since the researchers at the moment, I think on the way of preparing the research proposal. We have like 2 weeks, 2 more weeks, to the due date of the FRGS 2022. Okay, so for today we're going to look into the specifically on the research proposal, and then we'll discuss on the rubric as well. Okay, rubric as well, and to understand the specific requirement of our FRGS. Okay, we'll go through the evaluation criteria and also marking scheme. Therefore, the researcher can align the contents of the research proposal to the evaluation criteria for you to get the good marks. I think together with me here also several panel of assessors juga kan, mungkin ada di sini kan, that might help in the discussion. Okay, so and also discussion on be meticulous and also critical in preparing the proposal. This is very, very important for FRGS, since I've been in KPT as one of the panel of evaluator at KPT level. Okay, so the amount of application and the number of application is huge, very huge number, and usually UiTM won like 27%, like to 30%. Okay, so that means the competition for the research proposal to be highly recommended at KPT level is very, very, very it is not difficult, it is a challenging for us to prepare a very proposal. Therefore, it is very important for researchers to understand the guideline, map the guideline to the online application form, and also to the evaluation criteria. You have to understand all this, and then we will discuss all this this afternoon. Okay, so a series of webinars have been done by Renew RMC, Renew and RMC under the Office of Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research and Innovation UiTM. Okay, since we did since middle of December last year. At that time, the guideline not yet launched by the KPT. Okay, so okay, apart from the webinar that have been done, in general, general discussion. Other than that, the Renew and also RMC putting a lot of effort to teach or to help, to assist the researchers in order to write a proposal according to each cluster. We have 7 cluster. Okay, so for today we are concentrating on TE, technology and engineering cluster. Okay, so there are 7 domain. This is a cluster or domain. We call domain. Okay, there are 7 domain as I mentioned. Art and applied art, clinical and health sciences, information and communication technology, natural and cultural heritage, pure and applied science, social science and technology and engineering. Okay, so we concentrate on number 7, TE. Okay, and subdomain, it is very important for researchers to choose the right domain and also the right subdomain for your proposal. Look into your research proposal and choose the best research domain that can represent your research proposal. Okay, this is very important. Because in each subdomain we have a group of per panel of assessors. Panel of assessors can be divided into 3. One is at the PTJ level, college ataupun fakulti ataupun COE. So that is at PTJ level, and then we have the panel of assessor at the UiTM level, at UiTM level, and then we have the panel of assessors at KPT level. From UiTM, I think about 50 to 60. A number of our internal assessor UiTM become the ataupun is the assessors at KPT level. Okay, so so it is very, as I mentioned, it is very important for you to select ataupun to pick one research domain, sub-research domain. That is the most suitable one to your research proposal. Okay, and for TE application, last year in 2021 we received, I think, the lowest lah since 2016. Saya saya lihat ataupun saya yang jaga untuk teknologi and engineering domain for UiTM. Okay, so last year was the lowest lah, the lowest research proposal is about 213. Usually we have like 300 for technology and engineering. The panel of assessor usually in between 60 to 70 like that. So last year it's about 64. At university level, this is only for TE. This is only for TE, and also we share not only domain TE. Usually we share technology and engineering. We share the panel of assessor with like pure and applied sciences. Usually past and also natural and cultural heritage (NCH). Usually we share the same panel of assessors. But for specifically for technology and engineering in the migrant system, we have like 64. Assessors, panel of assessors. Okay, each panel of assessors. Okay, when look into the number of proposal, kita ada like 213 for last year 2021. So we have only 64 panel of assessors, and please be reminded that each proposal must be evaluated by a minimum of 2 panel of assessor. So 213 tu kalau kali dengan 2. Okay, so meaning that for each panel of assessor must assess like macam minimum 7 proposal. Minimum 7 proposal. Therefore, it is very, very critical for panel of assessor ataupun panel of evaluator of UiTM internal to evaluate. Okay, to evaluate as good as possible. Okay, in order to help in order to help the UiTM researcher and for the proposal to be highly recommended or recommended at KPT level. Okay, so in UiTM last year we received like 958 proposal, and in total kita cuma ada 355 saja panel of assessor. So you can imagine how critical, okay, in order for you to prepare a very good proposal, in order for the proposal to be recommended at the KPT level. Okay. And starting from last year, okay, starting from last year we have task force. Okay, task force for each domain. For each domain, we have 7 domain. For each domain, we have the task force, and specifically for technology and engineering, okay, led by me and also Prof Wardah. Okay, and then we have the task force Professor, Professor Dr. Jamaluddin Mahmud from pengajian mechanical, School of Mechanical Engineering, and then this year we have Prof Dr. Ayub Maksum, from Chemical Engineering. Last year we have our TNC, TNCPI. Okay, and then we have Prof Dr. Ismail Musirin, also last year also Prof Prof Ismail, Prof Ismail from Electrical Engineering, and then this year we have Associate Professor Dr. Cik Khairil Izam, from School of Civil, Civil Engineering. Okay, so insyaAllah, this team will start working end of January lah, end of January. Okay, after the due date of the submission. Okay, so these are for all clusters. I just concentrating on TE, Technology and Engineering. Okay, and then as you can see, the number of panel of assessors is very small kan, for UiTM and also at KPT level. It is because of the criteria that that put by the that is outlined by the KPT. So as you can see kan, the minimum requirement is Profesor Madya and Keratas kan, Profesor Madya or Professor for all grant types of FRGS, PRGS, TRGS and LRG, even, but for LRGS this specifically for Professor. Okay, so let us concentrate on FRGS untuk experience in research. Associate Professor ataupun Professor who would like to become the panel of assessor of FRGS must have a minimum of 10 years research experience, and then kat sini penerbitan berimpact ataupun penerbitan yang berimpact tinggi lah, and then with H index corpus more than 7 for science and technology, 4 for science social ataupun other than SNT. Okay, and then tak pegang jawatan apa-apa, and then geran penyelidikan, total ataupun total 2 or more untuk national or private ataupun international grants. Okay, and the total grant tu must more than 20k. Okay, so a minimum of 2 research grant baru boleh jadi panel of assessor. And also for SS agak kurang sikit lah, minimum of 5,000 for the grant tu. Okay, and then for the IP, okay, for IGS no need, tapi untuk panel for PRGS requires file or granted lah. Okay, untuk file or granted pattern for IP yang untuk PRGS. Okay, untuk graduate student must have research mode, graduated student, 2 master or 1 PhD. This is for specific for FRGS. Okay, so this is the criteria by KPT. Okay, for panel of assessors. Okay, so for you to know. Okay, and then we these are important points for you to refer to the taklimat by our TNC PI on 3rd of January last time. Okay, so you have to refer to this document, and also the most important thing is you have to refer to the garis panduan garis panduan skim FRGS pindaan tahun 2022 pink color book. Okay, and then it is very important for all researchers to take note on the due date. Okay, due date. Okay, tarikh akhir pehantaran tu due date for submitting the FRGS proposal through migrants. Through migrants is 26 end of January, 36th of January. Okay, 2022, and then your proposal will go through several cycle, several evaluation cycle. At UiTM level, must go through a minimum of one complete cycle. One complete cycle means after you submit the proposal, and the a minimum of two panel officers will assess the proposal that is at university level, panel at university level. Okay, and then after the evaluation, you have to do the applicant have to do the correction or improvement on the proposal, and then the proposal will be re-evaluated by the panel of assessor. That is one complete cycle. So a minimum of one complete cycle before the proposal can be recommended or highly recommended ataupun not recommended and rejected. Okay, so before that, before submitting the proposal by 26, you have to ensure, the applicant have to ensure that you have to you have update your profile in migrants. This is very, very important. Updating profile in migrants, very, very important in order for the panel of assessors to assess the the credibility ataupun the outcome that have been done by the applicant. Okay, and then you have to check as well the eligibility. Okay, eligibility of applying this FRGS grant. Okay, so the all evaluation must complete by 1st March 2022 in order for the Secretariat to submit to the KPT at KPT level on the 15th of March. This is very important for the applicant. You have to submit in migrants. Jangan submit 26th of January. Submit earlier than that. 2 to 3 days earlier. Usually on 26th tu mesti system dah hang dah. So you have to ensure that you submit before 26, okay, before 26, 2 to 3 days before 26th of January. Okay, and you have to ensure as well for those who already updated the migrants, you have already updated the profile in the migrants, you have to ensure that the Secretariat has already approved the updated profile. If not, you cannot submit the proposal. So this usually happen dah. Memang every year mesti berlaku. Okay, so I have to remind all the researchers to update the profile, and then let the Secretariat to approve the updated profile. Okay, so this is in the form of timeline. We just concentrating just now for PRGS, we just concentrating on FRGS. The document that you have to download is this one, pink color booklet for FRGS guideline just now, and then these are the documents that you have to go through as well, and check your eligibility in order for you to apply the for example for FRGS line. For FRGS, the current proposal must be 75% and above. Okay, the progress of the current FRGS proposal. If you have active FRGS proposal, if you have active FRGS project, okay, you would like to apply, yes, you can apply, but please ensure that in the migrant system, the status is 75% and more. Okay, the achievement of the FRGS. This is inside the migrants, yeah, bukan IRMIS. This is inside migrants, and then if you have FRGS racer, you have to complete 100%, yeah. If you have already completed the yang ni, if you have completed research grant, yeah, if you have completed research grant, any research grant, yeah, in migrant system, you have to ensure that you have already submit the final report, inside the migrant. Okay, and then minimum tahun perkhidmatan berbaki 1 year kalau yang ni end of yang ni untuk yang nak bersara lah, ya. Okay, and then dana fundamental terdahulu tidak wajib lah, tak wajib for FRGS, but it is compulsory for those who would like to apply PRGS. Okay, for those who would like to apply PRGS, okay, the applicant should have completed FRGS grant, okay, previously. Okay, and then permohonan serentak yang ni new, ya, dibenarkan ketua yang sama mohon FRGS dan PRGS 2022. Year 2021, you can only apply either one, FRGS or PRGS. But this year, if you want to apply, if you apply FRGS, you can also apply PRGS. Okay, you can apply both. Okay, so what you have to do is in the application, you will go through the application form. Okay, if you want to apply, you have to click new application here, yeah. New application, okay, and then after you click the application, there is automatic notification, yeah, automated notification in the migrant system showing if you have like ongoing grant, yeah, if you have an ongoing FRGS grant, it must achieve a progress of 75% or more, or FRGS racer should complete 100%, yeah. This is based on monetary cycle to 2021, I think in December. Okay, if I have completed one or more FRGS project, then final project report must be completed and endorsed by 31st December 2021. This is important. Okay, you have to check if you have if you are the leader of the project. You have to ensure that, yeah, if you lead the project, you have to ensure that in the monitoring here, yeah, the migrants in monitoring, you have to ensure that you have already submitted the final project report. If not, you can't apply for this FRGS. Okay, so you have to ensure these two things before you want to apply. Okay, and then you have to agree, kena tick ni dekat I agree that GRA master or PhD student trained under this grant must be supervised either by myself as a project leader ataupun or a co-researcher from the same institution. Okay, this is very, very important. If you are DM, let's say DM 45 and eligible to have master or PhD ataupun PhD student, okay, as a main supervisor. Okay, so that means in your it is compulsory, it is compulsory as in your project member, and you have a project member which is a senior lecturer or professor, or is a professor that can be the main supervisor of the master or PhD student. Okay, so you have to click here, and one more thing is I am aware that each proposal must produce at least 2 papers in index journal. When it says index journal, that means Scopus, WOS, yeah, ERA, and also migrants nanti ada in the proposal tu, you have to take. Okay, but you have to ensure that one of the paper tu, yeah, you must publish in Web of Science. Okay, so you have to aware of this. Okay, and this is the notification for PRGS. Okay, problem. Okay, and then as I mentioned, you have to update your profile in Migrants because this is the only way of panel of assessor to assess your credibility as the as the leader, or we would like to see the strength of your project members, all your project members. Okay, it is not only project leader have to update the profile in Migrants. Okay, everyone, okay, project members, project leaders have to update, okay, this profile. Okay, macam mana nak update profile? You just click onto your name. In Migrants to click je dekat name, your name tu, and will appear the profile here, and it will shows your account number and personal info. Okay, there's personal info, project, publication, IP, supervision here. The most important tab is publication. Yeah, yang ni very important because this will appear, and the list of publication will appear in your application form nanti. Okay, and then the project other than MOHE grants lah, other than Ministry of Higher Education grants, other than KPT grants. Okay, so you have to update this project. Okay, if KPT grant, it is automatically in the system. Yeah, you can see in the monitoring here, it is automatic appear. Okay, and this is the personal info. All this personal info you have to update, especially on the academic qualification, awards, and also the most important thing is you have to select the right research domain and sub-research domain here, and then you have to put as well your expertise. Okay, this is very important. Very important for you to select your domain and also select your sub-research domain. This will relate to your application, in which, okay, as the panel of assessor, we usually look into your main domain here. Okay, so if you are in domain technology and engineering, you apply PAS, not a problem. You're in applied science, tak ada masalah. But if you apply like social science and the domain of social science or whatever, so most probably your proposal will be rejected because it is not it is not your background of research. Okay, your background of research should be in your domain. Okay. Other than that, you have to provide your H index as well, a current H index and current citation in here. This is Scopus, because Scopus H index, Scopus citation. Okay, so you have to update. Saya punya pun belum update. Okay, and then project. Okay, as I mentioned, other than KPT project, you have to update manually. KPT project, it appear automatically. And publication, yang ni you all kena update. Publication, this is very important because this will appear in your project proposal, and you have to click. You have to choose whatever related to your application, and this will show the capability of the applicant. Okay, if you apply, okay, if apa panggil the examiner ataupun the panel of assessor would like to see whether you can complete, you can successfully complete this project or not, okay, the application or not. Okay, we look into your record. One of the main thing is we look into your publication record. Yeah, this publication record as well will determine whether your proposal will be recommended or highly recommended or not. Okay. Okay, and then for those, okay, ini untuk semakkan, okay, check active or complete project status. Okay, this is very important. As I mentioned, if you are a leader, you have to ensure that you have already, if you have already completed the project, please ensure that you have submit the project report. So dekat sini mesti approve 100% approve either RMC or KPT macam tu. Kalau RMC, I think end of 2021. So this is very important for you to check. Yang ni you all direct dengan Dr. Syarul Yani, tentang pelaporan 75% progress and so on. Yang tu direct to Dr. Sarul Yani, the head of pemantauan lah. Okay, and then application. Okay, so this is the application form, FRGS application form. Sorry. This is the application form in my grants. Okay, so you have to go through the application form. Okay, the application details here should appear FRGS 2022-1. And then in application here, dekat sini ada project leader. Okay, project leader, research info, equipment and material, budget, additional info, section F for pattern and so on. Okay, and then declaration, appendix, form submission. Okay, you have to ensure that all the research info, equipment, budget, and also section F all do not leave it empty. Okay. So you have to fulfill, you have to fill up all the required space, okay, in order for your proposal to be considered as complete. If for incomplete proposal, I think it is for incomplete proposal that should be checked by the PTJ itself, PTJ, because before the proposal before the applicant submit the proposal at UiTM level, PTJ should run through the draft of the proposal, okay, at PTJ level. So at PTJ level, it is not for not recommended or recommended. It is not for rejecting the proposal. It is to improve the proposal, and also to ensure that all criteria, all empty spaces here have already been fulfilled. Okay, so that is the function of the PTJ. Okay, up to UiTM level. Okay, I expect that all proposals submitted by the applicant, okay, received by RMC, received by Renew, all are complete. Okay, have been completed. Maksudnya dah fulfill all these empty spaces. If not, most probably memang reject lah. Okay, so please ensure, okay, fill up all these empty spaces, and then please you have to please remember that for FRGS, look at the aim of FRGS grant as stated in the guideline, FRGS guideline here. Kalau you all baca kat sini, dia nak apa? Penyelidikan asas. Yang penting perkataannya jana ilmu yang mampu menyumbang kepada peningkatan tahap intelektual ni. Okay. Kemudian dia mesti menjana, nampak tak? It must generate new theory kat sini. It must generate new theory or new concept or new idea. Yang beracuan Malaysia, okay, yang beracuan Malaysia meaning yang dapat menyelesaikan semua permasalahan menyelesaikan permasalahan yang dihadapi oleh negara, okay, yang dapat menjadi pemangkin kepada penemuan baru. Okay, so although it is fundamental, tengok ayat ni, yang dapat menjadi pemangkin kepada penemuan baru yang menerobos sepadan ilmu dan penciptaan inovatif. Okay, nampak dia punya ayat ni, walaupun it is a new it is a very fundamental research and that generate new knowledge, but one day it should the outcome of the FRGS grant tu one day can be use ataupun implement to solve problems. It should have application and it should be it should be aligned with the requirements ataupun the niche area of at national level. Yang ini kena faham dia punya apa panggil objektif ni, objective of FRGS proposal itself. So therefore when you prepare the proposal, always ask yourself, what is the new thing? Selalu saya tanya untuk proposal ni, mana-mana tahu pun saya bagi, saya akan tanya, what is the new thing that you want to do? What is the novel thing that you want to do? Whether the novel thing tu is cutting edge ataupun tidak, whether it give high impact to the society, high impact to the nation, high impact to the to the country or not. That is the question. Okay, this is very important. Yeah, novelty ataupun new thing ni, it is not only appear at title, ya, bukan only appear at title. Okay, it's appear dekat objective, in the methodology, align to the objective and so on. Everything must have this novelty ataupun new idea, new concept ataupun new thing lah, that you declare as new thing just now. Okay. So these are the important apa panggil words lah, important thing that you have to always ask yourself, okay, in order for you to write a very good proposal. And of course, as I mentioned, kat atas ni ada submission date tau. So you have to apa ni, submit before this due date. Jangan nak tunggu 26, okay? Okay. So rule of thumb, this is very general, our rule of thumb for the evaluation, because just now as I mentioned, we will align ataupun we will map, yeah, the proposal, your proposal, that proposal that you want to prepare with the evaluation criteria. Kita mapkan for you to understand both, okay, and then for you to ataupun for you to prepare a very good proposal that can generate good marks lah, you can have good marks. Okay, so in the proposal evaluation, this is also implement at more high level lah, ya. Okay, in order to measure the good quality proposal tu, at first of course the examiner apa yang kita tengok at KPT level ni, kita cakap at KPT level apa yang kita tengok first kali memang title lah. Informative in title. Title tu sendiri reflect new thing atau reflect novelty of the research proposal. When we look into the title, when the panel of assessors look into the title tu, dia dah nampak the novelty of the project proposal tu. Okay. And then as simple as tahu tak, panel of assessor ni, as simple as we just run through the title in Google je. Kita Google aja, okay? So bila kita dah bila kita masuk in Google, okay, we will look into the similar research similar terms or similar research area ataupun similar publication to your project title. So from the title itself, it is very important for you to choose that has novelty. So kalau kita tak nampak novelty in the title tu, it is very difficult, ya. Okay, and then informative title and convincing executive summary. Okay, this is the second thing that panel of assessor look into. We look into your executive summary. If your executive summary not good enough, okay, so it is very difficult, okay, for you to get good marks. Okay, so you have to prepare a very good executive summary, and we will go through we will go through lah in executive summary tu what you should have. Okay, executive summary tu pendek je, 300 words like that, but you have it should consist main criteria, okay, 5 main criteria of the executive summary, and then clear problem statement. Okay, this is very important. Okay, this is alamak, semua benda important kan, kesian you all. Okay, this is very important for problem statement. Okay, simply ask yourself like this: if what is the problem that you want to solve? If there is no problem, why you want to do this FRGS project? So that is the question. Okay, the question will be what is the problem and why you want to solve it. Yeah, so whether it will give an impactful result or impactful outcome to the country or not. Okay, so you have to ask yourself on the problem that you want to solve. Okay, what kind of problem that I want to solve actually? Okay, you have to ask yourself. Okay. So either this problem statement will relate to the country need, like concern in terms of environment, concern in terms of poverty, concern in terms of so many things here related to technology and so on. You have to relate this problem statement to all concern ataupun to all the priority research area in our country. Okay. And then provide scientific background. Scientific background, ni macam you all write thesis lah kan, master or PhD, you have to provide you have to explain what is the research area of your project kan, research area what including the including the literature review and gap, what has not been done by others and so on. All these are inside the research background. So you have to provide a scientific background, and then good selection of research method. Okay, so as I mentioned, as the panel of assessor at KPT level, at first I will look into the title. Secondly, I will look into the executive summary. From the executive summary, I will get the general idea on your proposal. Okay, after that, I will look into your objective. Okay, your objective, and also your objective must reflect the novelty of the research, and then the objective I will relate to the methodology. So you have to provide a very, very detailed methodology. When I said detail, it is not meaning lengthy. It is not lengthy. It not necessarily you have to write 2-3 pages of methodology. No. You can put methodology in phases, and each phases it will reflect to the objective that you want to solve. Okay, so and then a realistic budget and schedule. Of course lah, we look, although it is 250,000 kan, I usually talk in all talk that I have attended, and I give talk and so on. I usually ask the researcher why you propose that amount of budget. Why you propose that amount of budget? Okay, so usually for budget to it become realistic, it should reflect, the budget should be, the research methodology should align with the budget. The budget that you propose should be reflected in the methodology, the method itself too, and then the outcome. Method and outcome, that will reflect the budget that you want. Okay, so let's say usually for FRGS TE, usually about 100,000 and 100,000 for 2 years project. If more than 100,000, that means it is a 3 years project. It is actually related to the outcome that you want to produce. Either it is you want to train master student for 2 years project, for 3 years project to train PhD students. So that means the budget relate to the research method, and also relate to the outcome of the project. It is not suka-suka lah putting the budget. Okay, and then deals with solving problem at the fundamental problem. Okay, in the proposal, the panel of assessors looks into all fundamental terms. All fundamental terms. If you put like development of product and so on, automatically memang tak boleh. Automatically fail lah. Okay, so what we would like to see, all terms, all keywords are fundamentals. Okay, and then for the evaluation, okay, so for the evaluation, actually it has like 10 to 10, criteria. Okay, usually we look into title, executive summary, research background, and then objective, and marks for methodology, expected result, track record. Okay, it is very important for you to show the track record and also composition of team, track record of your ataupun background of your research. Your track record can be represented by the project that you have already obtained or completed, and then the IP that you have, the publication that you have, and so on. Okay, so those are the track record. Track record not only, as I mentioned, to the leader, but also to the project members. And composition of team is very, very important for you to have the a balance composition of teams. And then it is not only balance. We look into the area of expertise as well, for each members. Okay. So quality of proposal, you should produce a high quality proposal, element of FRGS criteria, as I mentioned, it should be impactful, and novel, and so on. And then it is fundamental. The main thing is it is a fundamental research. That is in element of FRGS criteria. And starting from 2020 ataupun 2021 yang paling kita untuk TE, Technology and Engineering, pattern search and also collaboration industry become compulsory. Okay, and then you have to do the risk assessment as well. Wajib lah, compulsory. Okay, for TE, specifically for Technology and Engineering. Compulsory for you to get highly recommended. If of course lah kan, bila buat proposal memanglah nak highly recommended, betul tak? Takkanlah dah create proposal susah-susah, you memang nak rejection kan? Tak mungkin kan? Okay, so in order for you to get highly recommended, for your proposal to be highly recommended, you have to have the, memang wajib lah, pattern search, collaboration with industry. I mentioned untuk Technology and Engineering, saya mention industry. Industry. Okay. Okay, and then risk assessment memang wajib. This is the assessment criteria just now. Okay. Dr. Saiful nanti remind saya untuk time, ya. Now dah 3:20. Okay.
Okay, boleh.
So on the assessment criteria, look at the marks here. Look at the marks here. For title, you have to provide a specific in nature. You have to provide a title that show you can solve the fundamental issue, of the problem, of the project, and then it should have novelty. Kat sini, these two things brief and reflect the content of the proposal. Okay, when you create a title, the title itself, through the title, the examiner ataupun the panel of assessor can already identify ataupun already have a view on the content of the proposal. That is the criteria of a very, very good title. Okay, the very good title should reflect the novelty. What is the latest thing that you want to do? If you want to do like a new optimized, ataupun if you want to have new theory, new optimum parameter, ataupun new technique, ataupun new model, ataupun new apa. So that all those new methodology and so on, all those new things should be reflected in the title. Yang tu yang the most important thing. Okay. Okay. So and then the title itself tu contribute 5 marks. 5 marks tu banyak 5 marks. And then executive summary 10 marks. Executive summary 10 marks. You know, for you to get this 10 marks, okay, macam mana panel of assessor do marking. Okay, at first we will look into the problem statement. Is there any problem that you want to solve? what is the problem that you want to solve, you put like 1 or 2 sentences of the problem that you want to solve inside the executive summary. Okay, and then you put the objective. Of course, yeah, for 2 years project, let's say three objective, 3 years project also 3 objective or 4 objective. Okay, not necessarily you put all objective, all 4 objective, 4 sentences in the executive summary. Therefore, the executive summary nanti more than 300 words kan. Okay, you either you summarize the objective or you take the main objective that we contribute to the new to the new thing, to the novel thing just now. Okay, so take the main objective that we contribute to the novelty of the proposal. Okay, and then the methodology. What is the main methodology? Okay, 1 or 2 sentences. Okay, what is the main methodology that will contribute or that can achieve the main objective just now? Okay, the novel objective, the novel thing just now. Okay, so what is the main methodology in there? Okay, you have to put methodology wajib you letak, okay, like 1 or 2 sentences. And then expected outcome. What do you expect? Okay, what kind of result that you will obtain? Okay, what do you expect? What will you obtain? Okay, and then significance of the output. Okay, these are all important points, okay, inside the executive summary. Okay, and remember executive summary 10 marks, 10 marks. Okay, so kalau saya letak 9 kat sini, 9 marks lah. Let's say for title, if I put 9, maksudnya 4.5 marks. Ini example lah, example inside the migrants. We do evaluation all inside the migrant system. Okay, it is automatic, automatic calculated and so on. Okay, and research background. Research background, 15 marks. And what's in research background? Okay, 15 marks tu banyak ya. Okay, at first what we like to see is whether you have already elaborated your title or not. Okay, the title just now showing the fundamental issues and explaining ataupun reflecting the novelty of the research proposal. Okay, whether you elaborate the title enough or not. Usually, in order for you to elaborate the title, we look into the the keywords that you have already chosen. Okay, usually like keywords, 5 keywords kan, contohnya. So we look into all those 5 keywords, whether you have elaborate all those 5 keywords or not. Okay, and then clarity of problem statement. Of course, you should you have to provide the problem statement. Problem statement, as I mentioned, what is the problem, specific problem that you want to solve, and then this problem you can look into micro and also micro. Look into a very small angle of for example, if you want to, if let's say you want to create material is a kind of smart material. This smart material can react to the change in temperature or change in moisture or change in whatever. So that is at micro level. Okay, so you have to see as well the problem at macro level. At macro level, whether the material that you develop, that people have already developed before, cause a negative impact, for example, to the environment. So that is a global one. Okay, there is a micro problem, macro problem. You have to have both. Okay, you kena ada both lah dalam problem statement ni. Micro problem and related to the topic that you want to propose, and this micro problem ada tak what it will contribute to the macro problem. Okay, so you have to mention both. Okay. And research question usually relate to your objective. Okay, research question usually we put like why you want to do this research, how you want to do this research. Okay, why you want to do this research? Of course, the answer is it will contribute to the novelty, to a novel theory ataupun to a new theory, a new equation development, new model and so on. Okay, that is why you want to do the research. And the second one, how you want to do the research. Okay, how you want to do the research, that the research can contribute to that novel thing. Okay, okay, so that is the research question. Research question must relate to your objective. Okay, must answer your objective. Okay, and then hypothesis, the hypothesis or theoretical or framework, okay, in here, and then cited most recent last 5 years. Okay, when you have already elaborate your title, provide the literature review, okay, you have already showed what are the how are the people solving the problem before you, okay, how other researchers, how other researchers have already solved the problem, okay, now how you want to solve the problem, you have to show the gap of research there. Okay, what will be the gap of research that people haven't done, okay, that but you will do it this particular technique, yeah, or methodology will contribute to a new formulation or new new parameters and so on. Okay, okay, and in line with government policy and national agenda and global aspiration. Okay, so you have to, of course, nanti we'll go through inside inside the FRGS guideline as well. Yeah, you have to choose. Okay, you have to choose the SDGs lah. You have to choose the research clusters and so on. Okay, so all this relate to the government policy and national agenda and global aspiration. Okay, and then objective. Basically objective, you tengok marks dia ni objective 12 mark. Although you just put like 3 objective, 4 objective, it contribute to 12 mark, which is very, very big. Okay, so this objective that you will write ni, okay, the objective must be specific, can be measured. Can be measured, okay, achievable within the time frame, the achievable within the time frame. Okay, so it is very important, yeah, for you to relate, the objective to with the time with the duration of the project. If you apply 2 years project, you have to think, you have to you have to pre-evaluate whether you can solve the problem within 2 years or not. Okay, if you can't solve it within 2 years, you have to apply 3 years. Okay, in the evaluation, as the panel of assessor, we will look into this objective. Okay, we will the panel of assessor will look into the objective and check whether the objective can be solved within 2 years or 3 years. Therefore, we can relate to the duration of project that you requested. Okay, and then achievable, realistic within time frame ni sekali lah. Okay, achievable and also realistic lah within the time frame given, like 2 years or 3 years project. Okay. Relate to problem statement or research question. Objective must relate to the problem statement. Okay, and then methodology. Okay, methodology, the highest mark dekat sini. The highest mark methodology 25%. Okay, so that means if it is 25%, you should put a clear and detailed description of the methodology. Okay, so it consists the sampling ataupun interview session. Usually we do the sampling, fabrication, analysis, lab work, modeling, and so on. Experiment, the protocol, the statistic analysis as well. Okay, we do the statistic analysis as well for the analysis, for the result. Okay, and then able to achieve research objective. That's why in order for you to create a very good methodology, we usually use phases in methodology: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. And usually for 2 years project, we have like 5 different phases. Okay, 5 phases. Okay, each phases will contribute, ataupun 2 phases will contribute to the outcome of one objective. Okay, so So we usually solve the objective. Okay, we usually relate the objective to the methodology. Usually we do the methodology in phases in order to answer the objective. Okay, and then you have to include the research design, flowchart. And the most important thing is the flowchart. Flowchart must reflect the phases in the methodology and also objective that you can you will solve in each phases. Okay, and then Gantt chart activities and milestone. Okay, usually for 2 years project, activities, 5 activities, 5 to 6 activities lah maximum. Okay, 6 like 6 month 1 activities, 6 month, and also the milestone usually 4 lah. Milestone usually 4 for 2 years project. So yang saya sebut ni 2 years project. 2 years project for milestone, 5 activities macam tu. Okay, and then expected result. Okay, here you have to mention what is the result that you want to achieve, what is the new theory ataupun new finding, new knowledge of the proposal of the project. Okay, and then publication in index journal top tier. And also the intellectual properties and also the talents, master to train master or PhDs to students. Okay, master for 2 years project, PhD for 3 years project, as simple as that. Do not over promise. Do not over promise on the expected result. Minimum for index journal for 2 years is 2, right? Okay, and then you have to provide one of each have to one of the publication tu must be in WOS. So you have to provide the details, the proposed journals that you want to publish. If you propose the name of journal and JCR Q1 or Q2 or Q3 or Q4 you put in there, that means you master or you are expert in that area, in that research area, in for the problem tu. Okay, and then track record of project leader and composition of team. This is 5 marks. This is very important. In order for you to get the 5 marks, you should have a well-balanced team. So maksudnya if the applicant is the M45, if you are the M45 or the M52, actually at KPT level, selalunya ini memang berita, kalau FRGS ni memang berita gembira lah. Berita gembira untuk the M45 and the M52. Okay, usually 70% of the fund tu is allocated for young researcher, young PhD, baru balik PhD and so on. InsyaAllah you will get it. Okay, but you have to prepare a very good proposal. Yang itu memang mandatory. Mandatory. If you can prepare a good proposal, insyaAllah the chances, if you are a young lecturer, the M45, 52, if you are a young lecturer, young doctors, okay, insyaAllah you will get this research grant. Okay, not saying yang dah tua-tua macam saya tak boleh dapat juga, tapi chances tu 30 to 40%. So very good lah for young researchers.
Adalah tua sangat Dr. Aidah.
Betul dah. Okay. And then track record of a project leader and composition of team tadi, you should provide the evidence of previous successful research project. This is very important especially for senior. For senior researcher yang dah pernah dapat research project, you have to show that you have the evidence of the publication and so on. Okay, in order for you to get this grant. Okay, and then qualification and rank of researchers. Okay, if the applicant is the M45 or 52, please ensure in your research members teams tu mesti ada associate professor or professor in there. Okay, and also mesti ada 54 for you to train, young researcher for you to train. Okay, so you have to have a well balanced 45, 52, 54 or VK7. So in your teams. In your teams. Okay, so that is considered as well-balanced team. Kalau ada well-balanced team and then you can show all the previous publication and also previous research project that have been completed, insyaAllah 5 marks in your hand. 5 months you have. Okay, and then quality of proposal. Nampak tak? The marks ni 10 marks, quality of the proposal. You have to be very, very meticulous. Meticulous, okay. Sangat teliti, meticulous, teliti. Okay, so whenever you write, look into the flow, look into the flow of the from paragraph to paragraph, look into the contents and the flow of the sentences and so on. You have to use proper language ni, grammar, spelling. Spelling yang paling important spelling, buatlah grammar check spelling is very important and then sentence construction and so on. It is very important for the senior member inside the inside the group tu. Senior member, please help the young lecturers to look into the look into the quality itself for the proposal tu. Okay, and then good formatting and presentation. Do not write.
Yang ketiga ni?
Mana? Apa dia? Apa dia tadi? Good formatting good formatting and presentation. You have to have a very good formatting and presentation. Okay, not too lengthy. Okay, and then Frgs criteria, novel. Novel, cutting edge, high impact, as I mentioned tadi, mesti ada novelty and so on. Okay, this is 5 marks here. This is very important. And translational potential. Okay, translational potential here, it is measured through the risk assessment and also through the impact on quadruple helix. So in the impact, inside the impact statement, you have to put impact to the society. You have to put all these 4 in the impact statement. Impact to the society, what will be the impact? What to the academia, what will be the impact? To the industry, what will be the impact? To the government, what will be the impact? To the environment, what will be the impact? If it relates to the environment, okay. If it's not, then not a problem. Okay, and then this is 3 marks, 3 marks, and then pattern search 2.5 and collaboration of industry 2.5. That's why for TE it is nanti kalau saya cakap wajib saya wajib industri. Okay, berilah collaboration letter from the industry, intent letter from the industry. Okay, in order for you to get the full mark. Dekat sini, in order for you to get the full mark. Therefore, your proposal will be highly recommended. Kalau highly recommended at university level, insyaAllah, it will go to the KPT level. Even recommended pun go to the KPT level. But as I mentioned, at KPT level, not saying the highly recommended have high chances, but it is very, very good if your proposal highly recommended at university level. Yang tu saya nak sebut. Okay. Okay, and then recommended funding appropriate cost estimate. It is very important for you to do a very good cost estimation, in cost estimation here. Okay, all the votes 11,000, 21,000, 24,000, 27, 28, 29, 35, all these the criteria inside the FRGS guideline, in the guideline. Okay, we will go through some, and then please remember, vote 21,000, maximum 40%, and also vote 35,000, maximum 40%. If you apply, if you want to buy asset, under vote 35,000, you have to provide the quotation. You have to upload the quotation for the accessory equipment. And also starting from last year, vote 27,000 and also vote 24,000 as well has the you should provide the quotation. Quotation, but it is not mandatory like vote 35,000. Vote 35,000 ni kalau you tak provide the quotation, technical knockout, tak reject lah. Okay, and then recommendation, and there will be overall remark lah by the panel of assessor. Okay, yang tu example. Okay, okay. So we have like I think 30 minutes lah 30 minutes for us to go through the apa panggil migrants
Dr. Aidah, kalau kita lajukan sikit until pukul 4 and then we have another 30 minutes for Q&A, boleh?
Boleh kita lajukan sikit. Sebab contents dia almost sama je ni. Sebab kita go through the migrants. Sebab kita punya objektif hari ni, objektif kita untuk proposal kan, creating a proposal tu. So before this there is dah few series lah on the theory and so on. Now is the time for us to go inside the migrants and look into all the criteria. Okay, so at first the most important thing in the proposal is the title of the proposed project. Okay, so in the title of the proposed project tadi, it says it must reflect reflect the novelty of the research, and also it must show the fundamental issue. Okay, it is not it is not a development or producing a product and so on. Okay, so here you have to select you have to provide a very good title that can reflect the let's say new material or new technique or new processing method, new mechanism. Here for the example, this is a new mechanism that he wants to investigate, recovery of a phase transformation mechanism. So that means a new thing must come from the new material here. Shape memory alloy, for example, shape memory alloy processed by a method. What kind of method here? So the selection of the selection of title is very important. Okay, so other than it must reflect the new formulation, new parameter, and so on. It also must reflect to the cutting edge research area. Okay, so in order for you to know it is cutting edge area or not, you have to run the pattern search. Okay, and then it is important for you to select keywords. Keyword is very, very important, because this keyword not only you have to explain in your research background, it is also you will use you have to use all these keywords in searching for pattern. Nanti dalam pattern search you will use all these keywords. That's why keywords here is very, very important. Okay, so this keyword should reflect reflect the project title and also project contents. So the contents of this research proposal contohnya tentang shape memory alloy. So and then the specific technique that will be used and the properties that the applicant would like to search ataupun to evaluate. What kind of material, for example. Okay, and then this is the comments. Usually comments from the panel. Some comments. Okay, sample of comments from the panels. Okay, usually title not reflect fundamental research. It should be improved. It should show novelty. So these are the comments. And then the terms like characterization, design, development like especially cannot be used in the title, proposal title. Okay, but some of the look, actually if you use word development, we look into the content as well. What kind of development that you want to do? If you want to develop a formulation, is okay. Okay, that will reflect fundamental work. Okay, and then short as possible. Okay, maximum 2 lines lah, macam ni lah, maximum 2 lines. 2 lines macam ni. This is maximum. Jangan 4 lines, 5 lines, yang tu memang reject. Okay, 2 lines je. Okay. A project leader and project member, as I mentioned, this is very, very important to show the capability. To show the capability of the project leader. So how you want to say that you are capable of doing this kind of research? This research will be successful. Macam mana nak yakinkan? How you want to convince the panel of assessor that you can complete this research? Okay, so you have to show in your previous research project. If you don't have research project, not a problem. If you are the M45, tak ada masalah. If you are a new lecturer, not a problem for the research project, because what the panel of assessor will look into is we will look into the research project that have been completed by your project members too. So it is very important for young researchers to ensure your seniors, senior member in your group, they have to update their profile inside the migrants. If not, it is very difficult for the panel of assessor to judge or to evaluate whether this project will be successful or not. If there is a possibility of if there is a possibility of this project will fail and you will not get this project. Okay, so that means you have to show your capability. Okay, the capability here not only to the project leader and also by the support of the project members. And also the most important thing is if you don't have research project completed or ongoing, you must have the publication. Publication ni wajib. So in order for the publication to appear here, that means you have to update the profile. Kalau you tak update profile, that means it will not appear here. Okay, if it is not appear here, that means the chance for you to get this project is very low. Why low? Because in order for the panel of the assessor to ensure that this project is successful, it must produce a minimum of 2 index publication. Okay, if you don't have any publication, at least as a co-author, it is very, very difficult for the panel of the assessor to approve this project. Okay, so it is very important in the for the publication here. Okay, and then other researchers here, you should provide the next appointed leader. Okay, next appointed leader here, and all members you have to provide the roles of the members and area of expertise of all members, semua member area of expertise, kalau boleh area of expertise in the area of the project leader lah, the same area. If you are doing on energy, so all are in energy. Okay, contohnya. Okay, and then all these kelayakan and so on, you have to go through the guideline for FRGS. Okay, yang ni memang wajib satu ni dimestikan untuk mempunyai sekurang-kurangnya satu penyelidik bersama. You have to have this is compulsory, wajib co-researcher which is Malaysian and tetap permanent member permanent lecturer in the same research expertise as you, as the applicant, as the leader. Wajib ni. Okay, for you to appoint as the next appointed leader, and then from UiTM as well. Ini wajib. Okay, ini wajib. Okay, and then keahlian ini general, nanti you all boleh check dalam dalam garis panduan. And then tempoh perkhidmatan, as I mentioned, untuk yang almost retire, for those who retire must have like 1 year left for you to apply this FRGS proposal. Here you have to provide the type of service kat sini, ada permanent, and then you have to put the tarikh bersara semua researcher lah, have to include retirement date di sini. Okay, and then okay, untuk yang cuti belajar you cannot cuti belajar tu meaning more than 6 months ya. For those more than 6 months cuti sabbatical or belajar. Okay, you can become the member but not the leader. Okay, and then in the profile as well you have to update add away date ni untuk yang study leave. Okay, study leave or sabbatical and so on. Okay, and then keahlian, this is very important ya. Minimum 2, minimum 2. Okay, and then satu tadi wajib yang from UiTM, and then permanent yang wajib tadi yang nak jadi next appointed leader. Okay, and then maximum ahli 5. Okay, for FRGS. And then usually inilah comments untuk for you to have a well balanced junior and senior in order for you to get the full 10 marks ya. And the evidence of the research project and so on. Okay. Okay, and then research domain just now okay, in the system at first you have to choose the research domain. This is very important, research domain very important. Okay, you have to choose research domain in your research background untuk you sendiri. You punya background of research apa. So that will determine your research domain. Okay, and then you have to choose sub research domain relate to your proposal. Okay, research nampak saya sebut tadi research domain relate to your background as a researcher. As a researcher, let's say my research domain adalah engineering and technology because saya punya bachelor degree engineering, saya punya master degree engineering, saya punya PhD degree engineering. So my research domain engineering. Engineering, technology engineering. But for the sub research domain, look into your proposal. Dalam proposal tu you buat tentang apa? Tentang energy, tentang green technology, tentang electrical engineering, tentang mechanical engineering, tentang apa? Manufacturing and so on. So that will be your sub research domain. This is very important. If you wrongly choose your research domain as sub research domain, this most probably akan technical knockout, okay, at KPT level and also at UiTM level. Okay, research clusters, you have to choose all these research clusters. You have to choose one from the research clusters, and then 10 by 10 nation science technology innovation, MIST ni from OSTI. So you have to choose one, and shared professional vision. Okay, 2030 you have to choose one, and also sustainable development SDG, SDG you have to choose one. So this should relate to your proposal. In order for you to choose the research cluster, MIST ni, these are all relate to your proposal. Okay, so you have to look into later after choosing all these research cluster, MIST, SPV. After you have already chosen SDG, you have to put all this inside the impact, impact on society, economy, and nation. You have to put the impact of your research proposal. You have to put the impact in one of these each, a minimum of one areas in SDGs, in SPV, in MIST and so on. Okay, you have to put this in the you have to relate to this specific government policy or the national agenda. So all this national agenda from here. Okay. Bidang keutamaan just now, these are the domains that you have to choose. Okay, and then these are the clusters. One of the clusters that you have to choose. This relate to your proposal or the application. The application letter of your novelty tadi. Okay. So you can let's say you can the proposed research can contribute to the advanced manufacturing one day. Okay, So you have to choose one. For example, you can contribute to the food safety, you can contribute to the basic infrastructure and so on. You can contribute to the advancement in technology, or you can improve the quality of the environment and so on. So you have to choose one, okay? And then you have to choose as well the MISTI here, pemacu sosioekonomi dengan pemacu sains dan teknologi, okay? You have to relate these two. And then wawasan kemakmuran bersama, yang ni you have to KEGA, ada 15 KEGA tu, you choose one, okay? And then sustainable development goal, you have to choose a minimum one and put inside the impact statement dalam proposal. Kena masukkan dalam impact statement. Okay, so location and duration of research. Yang ni ramai researcher macam tinggal. Yang ni wajib wajib tulis ni. Location of research, where you want to do the research. Okay, this is very important for the for the panel of assessor to make a judgment and to evaluate as well. Location of research here, you have to put the laboratory or faculty or institute or whatever in order for you to run the project. Okay, and then the duration, as I mentioned, it is important in order for you to choose either 2 or 3 years, depends on the outcome, depends on the objective that you want to achieve. Okay, objective that you want to achieve, and also the outcome that you want to that you have to produce. Okay, the outcome. Okay, and then this will relate as well to the budget that you propose. Budget that you propose. Okay. So usually for 2 years project like 100 to 120k, for 3 years project 150 to 170k, macam tu lah. Okay. Executive summary, as I mentioned, executive summary is very, very important. Okay, because this is the the statement, the statement as in executive summary, the statement that we the panel of assessors look into in order for us to have the overall view of the proposal. So when the examiner, when the panel of assessor look into the executive summary, that means the panel of assessor has already get the view, overview of what kind of research that you want to do, what kind of objective that you wish to achieve, what is the methodology that you want to implement. Okay, so through executive summary. Okay, so it should contain yang tadi lah yang kita dah discuss, problem statement, objective, research methodology, expected outcome, and also significant. Okay, so it is 300 words, and if you use abbreviation, you have to define at first your abbreviation, of course, because this executive summary comes first in your proposal. Okay, if you use abbreviation, like FRP, you have to define it is fiber reinforced polymer composite at first, FRP, let's say. Okay, and then please, there is no citation in the executive summary. Do not put citation. Kalau put citation memang out, okay, do not put citation, not put the subheading, tak perlu, subheading problem statement, subheading objective, tak perlu. Okay, put in one paragraph 300 words maximum, that's it. Okay, no citation and concise, compact and so on. Okay, these are the comments usually given by the panel of assessor. And then research background, as I already mentioned, you have to elaborate the title, it shows the main research area, and then what people have done before, what are the theories before this, what are the model before this, look into the problem that you want to solve, what are the problem that you want to solve. Here it should contain all this statement, problem, hypothesis, research question, and literature review, relevant to government policy. Here relevant to government policy ni you have to relate yang tadi MISTI, KEGA, SDGs, and all the government policies are here. Okay, dekat sini, in line with government policy, national agenda, and also global aspiration. Okay, and remember, in the literature review, you should cite the most recent papers. Okay, like 70% publication 5 last year's publication in your reference. Okay. Okay, and then these comments again, nanti boleh go through. Okay, and the objective very important. Okay, yang tadi five main apa panggil 5 main points, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and within time frame, and also the keywords that you have to choose keywords that show fundamental and show measurable outcome, okay, outcome that can be measured ataupun objective that can be measured. Contohnya to apa panggil to determine, to evaluate, to compare, ataupun apa lagi, all those words yang boleh measured. Okay. Not to use word develop lah, develop specifically if you want to develop product, yang tu tak boleh lah. Okay. Okay, and then methodology, as I have already explained just now, should clear. You have to put all the materials, use all the methods of the tool, all the manpower that you want to use, and okay, it shows all this methodology should reflect that you can achieve all the objective stated. Okay, you should organize the methodology in phases or in steps, phases ke. Okay. For better resource management, it is recommended to evenly spread the milestone assessment to 3 or 6 months gap. Okay, usually we use 6 months gap lah, 6 month gaps. Okay, so the flowchart very important to show the proposed research involve design work. Okay, the flowchart should show the flowchart tu sendiri should show the method that you want to implement, and from the method tu you have to relate to the objective that you want to achieve. That is in the flowchart. Okay, so you should provide details of the methodology. Okay, inside methodology ni, D1 is the description in terms of phases. As I mentioned, you have to mention step by step ataupun numbered lah, 1 to 3 up to 6. Okay, and then you have to provide the flow chart. You have to attach the flow chart and the research activities. If you description of methodology in phases, that means the research activities should reflect the phases in your methodology. Okay, mesti sama, align. Okay, and also the milestone reflect the research activity. Okay, so research activity tu bila nak complete. Okay, so that means if you have 4 research activity, you have 4 milestone. Contohnya, okay. Okay, this is the example lah on how to design the flowchart. Kena ada, contohnya ada phases. Ada kalau 2 years project, usually 4 phases or 5 phases in order for you to achieve objective 1, objective 2. Yang ini kalau sampai objective 3, objective 4, this is 3-year project. 3-year project. Okay, so this is the methodology. Method apa yang you nak apply from the beginning, you fabricating the samples and then do the characterization and do the testing and so on here and optimizing and so on. Okay, and then you will get the final novel knowledge here. Okay, boleh? So the quality the quality of the proposal not only specific for methodology, it is throughout the proposal semua. The quality of proposal ni tadi dalam evaluation ada kan, quality of proposal, ada yang meticulous or not meticulous. Not only we look into the spelling error, grammatical error and so on, we also look into the figure that you provide, whether it is clear or not, ataupun a table that you provide, whether it is clear or not. Okay, and then the research flow chart, research milestone and so on. Usually milestone must be you have to put like 6-month gaps or 4 months gap like that. Okay. Other than that, the problem statement and so on. This is the whole proposal, yeah, in terms of the quality of the proposal. This is very important. The expected result. You have to mention if let's say you want to produce a novel equation, you have to mention here number one new equation on apa ataupun new model of apa, new knowledge on apa. You have to mention here 1, 2, let's say for each objective you have to produce 1, 2, 3 here. Okay. You have to mention here new to apa new. Okay. And then impact statement, as I mentioned, you have to have 4 different impact. Buat kat sini, impact to society, impact to academia, impact to government, impact to industry. If you run research that can contribute to a betterment of on the environment, letak impact to the environment kat sini. You have to put like small topic macam tu. So you have to include all. Yeah. Impact on society, economy, nation. You have to relate here dekat bahagian impact. You have to relate to the SDG, NPA yang tadi yang you have already selected tadi, 5 items that you have already selected. Okay, SDG, NPA, KEGA and so on. You have to put here. Okay. Expected outcome lagi, research publication. Research publication tadi wajib satu dekat WOS ni kan. You have to provide the name of journals here. Run through lah. Macam saya on materials kan. Journal of Material Science, Q2, Springer. Provide the details, impact factor 2.1, 2.2, check the WOS, buat kerja sikit. Okay. And then number, let's say WS 1, Scopus 1, macam tu, you have to provide the details of the journals here. Okay. Do not over promise lah ya. Do not over promise. Jangan letak 6 nak publish projek 2 tahun, publish 6 paper. Bukan kata tak boleh dapat. You can achieve that, but in case you do not achieve what you have already promised, it is very difficult for you to close the project, because whatever you promise in your proposal, that will appear in the monitoring. Dalam migrants tu ada monitoring kat situ, so it will appear in monitoring tu. So whatever you promise here, you have to anyhow you have to dapatkan, you have to achieve. Okay. So specific or potential application of research finding. So ini bukan sekarang application, dia punya potential, that kind of let's say new material can be applied in what kind of area or what kind of product. So you have to mention the product here, the productnya, industrinya, you have to mention here. And how many number of application you have to provide. Okay. So provide number here. Wajib. Okay. And then number of PhD, master. PhD for, as I mentioned, PhD for 3 years project. Okay. Master for 2 years project. Enough. 1 cukup. Okay. 1 cukup. Do not over promise. Okay. Because here when you have already mentioned your project, 3 years project, you promise 1 PhD, 1 PhD, and then that should be reflected in your budget. Dalam budget mesti ada training to train PhD, okay, students. Okay, dekat situ mesti ada allowance for PhD. And then if 2 years project, allowance for master. That in vote 11,000 mesti ada. Okay, and then intellectual properties right, if you can have 1 copyright, kalau tak ada pun mention lah non. Okay, kosong. Okay, these are the some comments okay, and then jangkaan hasil, I think jangkaan hasil 2021 dengan 2022 almost similar lah ya. Untuk projek 3 tahun, as I mentioned, to train 1 PhD ataupun 2 gabungan ni, sarjana ataupun master dan PhD, gabungan dua-dua. For I suggest for the application form ni just put 1 PhD for 3 years project. Untuk 2 years project, 1 master student. Okay. And then penyelia utama not a problem lah, leader ataupun ahli. And then okay, yang ni dia punya requirement, tak problem. Okay, and then publication for 2 years project, 2 publication lah minimum. Okay, 1 wajib WOS. Okay, and then collaboration with the industry. It is apa? Yang ni ditulis digalakkan lah Okay, yang ni wajib penghargaan ni kemudian lah penghargaan kepada FRGS, and then harta intelek, this will be one of the research deliverable if you can produce copyright. Okay, if patent okay, tapi as I mentioned, do not overpromise. Do not overpromise. Do not put patent there. Okay. Access to equipment, yang ni ramai yang tinggalkan empty blank. Okay, you have to provide all equipment that you want to use, and it is available. This is very important in order for the panel of assessor to judge whether this project will be successful or not. It is depends dekat sini depends on the list of equipment here. Okay, if you mention in the methodology you would like to use scanning electron microscopy for the example, and it is available at College of Engineering, put here. So therefore this will determine the successful of your project, of your research. Put all equipment yang you letak dalam metodologi tu, letak semua sini. Even you have to use CRAM or UTM or UPM, it is available at other universities pun letak dekat sini. Okay, this is very important for the panel of assessor to evaluate. Okay, and then for budget dah letak dah dekat sini. GRA, this is inside the system GRA. It depends kalau you buat 2 years project, isi yang atas ni. If you do 3 years project, put here, okay, the details, okay, 2,500 per person. If 3 years, that means nanti akan ada kat sini lah, when you select the duration 3 years, kat sini ada kat year 3. So if 2 years, year 1, year 2, okay. So kalau PhD maximum 2,500, 2,500 for 3 years, okay. Kalau master 2,000, 2,000 for 2 years. Okay, and then travel, you can put travel here for presenting papers and collecting samples and so on. But please remember, the total, the maximum will be 40% from the total project. If you apply 100,000, that means cannot be more than 40,000. Tapi usually for overseas, for local, usually we, as the panel of assessor, usually put like 5,000 ringgit. For the overseas, usually 10,000 ringgit, like that. That will be the maximum amount. Okay, and then okay, for the rental. For the rental, you can rent equipment, rent equipment, let's say tong gas and sebagainya. Okay, so you can rent here, but you have to provide the quotation. Kat sini add kan, so you have to provide the quotation. Okay, and then research material supplies, not a problem. You can put whatever research material that you need, but please remember, this research material you have to align with the methodology. In the methodology, let's say in the methodology, for the, let's say you want to do the fabrication on your first year. That means you require the material first year. Okay, if you do the fabrication second year, so it should be in the second year. Okay, just click add dekat sini lah, plus ni add whatever materials that you want for first year and second year. So the panel of assessor will look into the details of the research material that you want to buy. Okay, we look into the number of specimen that you want to produce. How much material that you require. Jangan suka-suka put 10 kilos, 100 kilos kat sini, because the panel of assessor will look into the methodology. In the methodology, you should provide all the details of the samples that you want to fabricate, what kind of testing that you want to do, and so on. So the panel of assessor will relate to your budget here. Okay, so you have to add the quotation as well, although it is not mandatory, it is not compulsory, but it is good for you to provide, okay, the quotation here. Okay, like last year memang kita minta researcher provide the quotation. Okay, and then for maintenance and minor repair, yeah, if you want to service, if you want to repair equipment and so on, you can put here. Okay, and professional services, this is very important. If you you have to publish two papers. That means you have to pay for penerbitan kan. You run fees for publication here. You can put fees for publication, fees of analysis, fees ataupun services service for analyzing and so on. You have to put here in 29,000. Okay. Oh, here dah ada dah general page charge for scopus or era, so you can put here the publication fees. Okay. And then the accessories and equipment, of course, it is not tak galakkan lah for the accessories and equipment, but if you want to, it is important for you to buy that kind of that particular equipment. Okay, it is you really required that in order for you to achieve the objective, and it is stated, yeah, this accessory and equipment here that you want to buy, you state the necessity of having this equipment in the methodology. Okay, not a problem. Okay, you can put here, and then you have to provide this is mandatory, wajib, compulsory for you to put the quotation here. Okay, and then in your in the migrants, it already says that researchers are not permitted to use grant budget allocation to purchase that are not related to the project. Of course lah, kalau tak relate to the project, you can't purchase kan. Okay, and then payment of any form of professional members, ni untuk membership fees tak boleh letak, memang tak adalah in vote 29,000 you cannot put. And then purchase of reference material, textbook and so on tak boleh beli. ICT communication, mobile phone, laptop tak boleh, printer tak boleh. And then payment of utility, telecommunication bill, nak bayar bill handphone tak boleh. Office equipment, stationaries and so on tak boleh. Storage equipment, hard disk, pen drive pun tak boleh. Space or facility rental payment at any institution. Okay, untuk space tak boleh lah. Payment for intellectual property right, filing tak boleh. Untuk filing patent ataupun filing copyright, you can't put in vote 29,000 for the fees, tak boleh. Okay, if PRGS, yes. Okay, other purchases that are not related to the project equipment, okay, of course you cannot buy. Okay, so peraturan keuangan nanti go through yang ni semua dah ada, yang tadi kita dah discuss. Ni ada kat dalam FRGS guideline. Okay, tadi dah sebut. Oh, this is the important part, section F. Section F for technology and engineering. Section F compulsory, ya. Pattern, you have to do the pattern search, research collaborator, risk assessment. Okay. After this, I will provide the link for pattern search ni. Okay. Daripada pembentangan yang bagi Profesor Dr. Syahid Samsei kan, last year kita ada dia punya recording video, so we will provide the recording video for you to run through how to use the lens in order for you to do the pattern search. And the most important thing is you use all the keywords that you have already selected tadi, dekat first part tadi untuk bahagian tajuk tu, and then you have to state all the keywords kan, and use all those keywords in here dalam pencarian pattern. Okay, kalau TK engineering technology memang wajib lah you kena buat. Okay, for the risk assessment, risk in terms of technical, time and budget, all these risk you have to mention. Okay, in section F ni wajib juga, wajib. Okay, wajib. Okay, and then sebelum tu untuk industri, mana industri? Industri pun wajib ya? Mana industri? Ni research collaborator. Research collaborator, industrial linkages, please identify any industry or end user group involved in the project and describe its role and contribution to the project. So you have to provide the you have to provide the letter of intent from the industry. Okay. Okay, and then declaration. Okay, and then submit. Remember for you to submit, change draft to complete, and then click save. Tekan save ni. Jangan tak tekan save. Nanti cakap dah submit. Tapi sebenarnya you tak tekan save, tak submit pun. So ni very important in the system tu, change to complete and then click save ni. Okay. Okay, with that, Alhamdulillah, Dr. Saiful. InsyaAllah kita
yes, thank you so much, Dr. Aidah, for the very comprehensive and very detailed. Kalau kita dengar tadi, everything is very, very important.
Sebab nak dapatkan highly recommended,
betul.
Saiful. Nanti kalau saya kata tak important, you tak buat, tak highly recommended, you marah pula kan.
Betul. It indicates that Dr. Aidah memang semua part tu very important. Sebab tadi Dr. Aidah pun share the rubric kan. Itu pun saya first time saya nampak the rubric. So everybody can see lah the weightage of each part tu kan, metodologi berapa persen semua tu. So Dr. Aidah bukan bercakap kosong. Dr. Aidah bercakap berdasarkan pengalaman. Dr. Aidah sebagai panel di peringkat KPT yang dah lama memang evaluate FRGS dari zaman dulu lagi, beberapa tahun lepas. So saya percaya Dr. Aidah sangat berpengalaman lah untuk bidang TE ni. So Doktor, kita proceed dengan Q&A. Ada dah soalan di chat. Saya rasa ada yang dah
macam mana saya nak
dah jawab dah ni. Boleh tak pensyarah DM45 jadi PI? Saya rasa Dr. Aidah dah jawab tadi, boleh kan?
Boleh. Cuma kena 6 month aktif tu nanti kena deal liaise dengan Dr. Anida sebab dia ada requirement untuk 6 month aktif tu kan.
Betul. And then next soalan, saya percaya daripada Prof Chen kot ni, from Chen. Dia kata, does KPT favor PhD project rather than a master project?
A PhD project rather than master project. Okay. It depends on the objective actually, what you want to achieve. Tu yang saya dah mention tadi kan. Okay. If let's say the objective tu can be can be fulfilled ataupun can be achieved in 3 years time. So you have to produce PhD project. Faham tak? It depends on the objective of the research. If the objective of the research tu can be solved within 2 years, so master project. Boleh? Dapat tak?
Kalau kita simplify, cakap kalau projek tu 3 tahun, kita anggap the outcome is for PhD lah.
PhD. Yes. Kalau 3 years project, PhD. Kalau 2 years project, master. So it will relate to the objective, dia akan relate to the method and so on. Dia memang full, dia kena relate semua tu. Baru successful.
Alright. Okay. Dr. Aidah, the second question from Prof Chen. Do we get the same reviewer like last year? Saya percaya Prof Chen refer pada internal evaluation.
Internal Prof Chen Aihong ke?
Saya tak percaya, tak pasti. Dia tulis nama Chen.
Prof Chen lah. Okay. Apa panggil ke Prof Chan Chin Han. Kita punya ni kan, panggil pelaksanaan.
Okay.
Kalau apa panggil tadi relate to the panel of evaluator panel of assessor. Panel of assessor possibility to get the same assessor to very small chance lah. Okay, because we have like 64 panels tadi. Tapi kena ingat for each subcluster tu dia memang dah ada it's allocated panel kan. So mungkin dapat panel sama, mungkin tak dapat panel sama. Okay, very small chance lah. Very small chance to have the same panel.
Does KPT did similarity checking for plagiarism untuk proposal?
Yes, it is the similarity index at KPT level. Although macam ni similarity index tu di proposal yang ada yang lulus, ada yang tak lulus. So usually we look into the successful proposal. Yang unsuccessful proposal tu kita tak, panel of assessor tak berat lah. Boleh tak?
Ada
Memang
percentage
run through di, yeah.
Percentage dia punya similarity index tu berapa persen?
30%. Maximum 30%. Maximum 30%.
Maximum 30%.
So if your proposal to not yet successful at KPT level, so you can still use the proposal, but you have to improve lah. You have to update the proposal. Do not submit exactly similar proposal, yeah? No, 100% similar nanti. Okay, although it is not yet successful, but it is not good lah to have 100% similarity index kan. So at least you have to provide you have to update all the references, you have to update all the new things, maybe you can add a new problem statement and so on. Update lah, update. Okay, boleh tak?
Alright, next soalan Dr. Aidah, how do we show that we have revised the proposal accordingly to the suggestion by reviewer? Do we need to highlight it or we do not need to show the changes made?
You do not need to show the changes made because all the reviewers, panel of assessors, we have the capability of looking into all versions, starting from the first version that you have made until the latest version that you have made. We can compare all those all the improvement made by the applicant. But the best thing is that the applicant should put inside the box kan bila panel of assessor giving the comments, panel of assessor will put inside the box. Dia akan tanya ataupun dia minta improvement inside the box tu. So you have you have to answer the question. You have to answer the question asked by the panel of assessor inside the box tu. Ada box kan? Boleh ke?
Okay.
Sebab panel of assessor akan tahu you buat improvement atau you tak buat improvement, because the panel of assessor ni have the button untuk lihat previous version or previous version. Semua version kita boleh tengok.
Maksudnya Dr. Aidah, the screen itself dalam migrant akan membolehkan reviewer nampak kan apa perubahan yang telah dibuat oleh
that's why the panel know if you do not do nothing. If you do not improve at all the proposal, the assessor know, because we can compare the one that you have already submitted to the previous version.
Alright. Alright, okay. Next question, Dr. Aidah. For problem statement, how long we shall write them? Let's say if we have 3 points, can we write it in 3 paragraph? Adakah maksudnya untuk problem statement adakah satu point satu paragraph atau macam mana?
Okay, the way to write the problem statement is up to the applicant. Okay, some applicants do in a paragraph form. Kalau terlampau panjang, like if you have A4 paper kan, A4 paper single spacing, okay, half a paper is enough. Like 300 words is enough. Okay, jangan put lengthy. The main important thing is panel of assessor ni usually kalau KPT level kita terima 20 to 40 proposal, tak sempat nak baca. Okay, so you have to put short, sweet, concise. Tu lagi bagus. Makin pendek lagi bagus. Okay, so like half a page of A4 paper. Enough. 300 words, maximum 500 words, macam tu lah. Boleh?
Short and concise.
Short and sweet. Short and concise.
Okay. Another question, Dr. Aidah, if we put as a 3 years project for a PhD FRGS punya project, and let's say the project takes longer than 3 tahun, what is the implication, or can we ask for extension of time?
Okay. masa apply, it is very important ya macam ni. If you want to apply, you have to macam dah ada self prediction. You can predict that you can solve that problem in within 3 years. Yang itu most probably akan dapat project itu. Okay, so if you already predict that you can't complete in within 3 years, your panel of assessor dah slash dulu dah reject you punya proposal dulu. Faham tak maksud saya? So you have to be very tu yang kita panggil meticulous on whatever you punya decision, you punya writing, you have to be very meticulous. So that means if you select the objective, if you state the objective, you have to like buat prediction dulu, you can solve in within 3 years. Okay, but of course you can usually we can extend for about 6 months and so on.
Ya, betul.
Okay, yang tu the actual lah. Tapi when you do the proposal, try the best that you can. The best that you can, you have to match the timeline with the objective tu. So the timeline tu kalau you fikir, sebab I believe semua even the M45 pun you have the experience of you have the experience of master degree kan. So you dah dapat bayangkan dah, you dah dapat imagine dah, in order for you to achieve one objective tu, it will take how long, the time tu. So use your ingenuity lah, maksudnya use your background knowledge lah. Susah nak cakap sebab dia depends on tajuk kan, depends on problems kan.
Alright, okay. Next question, Dr. Aidah. Apakah keperluan pattern search dalam FRGS? Bagaimana result dari pattern search menunjukkan research area ni state of the art?
Okay, so pattern search is very important. Although kita rasa kenapa lah KPT nak menyusahkan kita, betul tak? Actually it is very important in order to see whether our research tu it will give impact one day or not, ataupun it's still relevant or not. Kalau dalam pattern search you see descending pattern, descending pattern of that kind of area kan, so showing that it is already obsolete, the research area tu dah ketinggalan zaman, so you have to move with a new one. Now, so it is very important for you to make a judgment whether it will give impact or not, the research proposal tu, via doing the pattern search. Sebab pattern search tu you dah ambil kan, you punya apa panggil keyword study. It is very important for you to do the pattern search actually.
Alright. Okay, Dr. Aidah, next question. Adakah PI boleh memohon FRGS 2022 jika dia dilantik sebagai next appointed leader yang akan diserahkan dalam masa terdekat? Ini kerana PI asal menyambung pengajian. Maksudnya sekarang dia menjadi member kepada satu projek FRGS yang lepas. Tapi ketua that project nak sambung belajar, so dia bakal menjadi ketua for that project. Bakal, dia kata term dia bakal. Bolehkah dia nak mohon untuk FRGS kali ni?
Tak ada masalah untuk you memohon. Tapi kalau you dah, tak ada masalah sebab it has no conflict at all. Tak ada konflik pun sebab orang pun tak tahu bila dia nak, KPT pun tak tahu bila dia nak pergi sambung belajar. So you can apply now. If you get the if you get the project, you have already become the project leader. Nanti mungkin yang project lagi satu tu akan beri kepada the other project member lah.
Betul, Dr. Aidah, sebab kita tidak dibenarkan untuk jadi ketua kan PI kepada dua projek yang sama. Let's say kalau yang bertanya ni dia dah jadi PI kepada the old project, so dia tak akan dapat this one lah. Kalau dia dah dapat projek FRGS 2022, so dia tak akan boleh jadi PI untuk the old project kan?
Yes.
Dia macam tu lah, either one kan.
Kena buat decision lah if you think that you want to contribute to the active grant tu, nak jadi PI dekat situ, so untuk yang apply ni berilah pada member. Tetapi kalau you rasa you nak jadi ketua untuk this area because this is your main area, so you can do that, not a problem. So but you have to solve jugalah untuk yang existing ataupun active grant tu untuk berjaya.
Betul. Okay, and ada question, bolehkah contract staff contohnya postdoc menjadi member?
requirement saya rasa postdoc tiada. Cuba tengok dalam
Saya baru check Dr. Aidah soalan ni, yang panduan terbaru 2.1.5 dibenarkan. Dibenarkan untuk
dibenarkan,
menjadi
yes.
ahli. Yes.
Dibenarkan untuk menjadi ahli, but the thing is that memang bagus postdoc menjadi ahli, so we'll get the postdoc will add dia punya experience and also the CV, but the thing is that we have the limitation of like 5 group members maximum. Kat situ kena fikir jugalah.
Betul.
Terpulang pada PI.
Okay. Boleh. Next question. Untuk second appointed leader, adakah wajib daripada universiti yang sama? Rasa tadi Dr. Aidah dah highlight kan? Wajib. Baik ya. Okay. Next question.
Bukan setakat universiti sama. Area of research sama.
Ya.
Area of research pun sama dan masih lagi aktif lah permanent member. Permanent UiTM. Yang tu memang wajib.
Alright. Okay. Next question. Final report FRGS terdahulu rejected. Boleh ke apply FRGS for this round?
Kalau open my grants, buka my grants, boleh tak? Boleh tak klik? Saya rasa tak boleh kan?
Tak boleh.
Kalau you nak check, you open je your my grants and then new application FRGS 2022-1. Saya rasa tak boleh.
Sebab dia masa kita nak pilih tu dia ada tik-tik kan, dah tamat ni, maksudnya ni tak akan
so
tik
maksud
ni
kalau
sebab
you tak boleh tik, you tak boleh masuk, memang tak boleh.
betul.
Senang, simple as that.
Right, okay. Alright, okay, I open the question to the rest. Kalau ada yang nak bertanya secara live, dekat chat dah habis dah. Ada yang nak bertanya secara live
lagi ke soalan daripada kawan-kawan, sahabat-sahabat sekalian?
Betul.
Kalau ada soalan?
Tak ada.
Tak ada
tak ada. Okey. Saya rasa semua orang familiar dengan Dr. Aidah. Maybe kalau malu, saya rasa boleh terus contact.
Boleh text je.
Betul. Boleh contact text pada Dr. Aidah dan saya percaya Dr. Aidah akan lebih daripada willing untuk membantu.
Some tu memang direct call je saya kan, tak ada masalah.
Betul. Ya, semua team di Renew dan RMC willing to help everybody so that kita akan berjaya untuk semua orang berjaya mencapai permohonan, berjaya mendapatlah FRGS tahun ini 2022 insya-Allah. Amin. Okey, seperti yang telah di-share oleh pihak sekretariat, Google Form untuk kehadiran telah disediakan. Kita more than 2 hours ni sebenarnya Dr. Aidah walaupun cakap laju tapi sebenarnya 2 jam.
Saya dah cuba cakap laju. Banyak sangat info kan nak share dengan kawan-kawan.
Betul, exactly. So kita insya-Allah kita masih lagi ada webinar yang berterusan untuk setiap kluster kan Dr. Aidah. Saya rasa ada lagi 3 atau 4 berdasarkan jadual yang tadi Dr. Aidah share. InsyaAllah kalau boleh rujuk pada email UiTM, pihak Renew, pejabat TNCPI telah sentiasa membuat invitation untuk semua mendengar panduan daripada pakar-pakar bidang masing-masing yang bukan calang-calang orang, bukan biasa-biasa, memang sangat berpengalaman di peringkat evaluation di KPT sendiri. So kita mendoakan agar UiTM akan terus berjaya di permohonan kali ini. Alright, okay, so saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih banyak-banyak. Tadi kita peak tadi kita ada 230 kot, macam itulah. Sekarang ni ramai yang dah keluar, saya rasa dah almost 2 hours dan nak tamat pun. Saya bagi pihak.
Boleh tak saya ada soalan? Sorry, saya termiss tadi.
Boleh, sila Tuan.
Dr. Aidah.
Ya, saya.
Is it possible to include group member daripada luar negara?
Ya, possible. Tapi kena registerkan dulu dalam sistem migrants tu. Kalau dia tak wujud lagi dalam sistem migrants, yang ni nanti terus direct dengan Dr. Anida. Sebab yang ni technical lah.
Okay, so the chances untuk dapat grant ni sama ada slim ataupun kalau kita include foreigners?
It depends. It depends, doktor. Dia sebenarnya dapat atau tak dapat, dia depends kepada quality of the proposal itself. Kalau macam quality memang bagus, lepas tu ada pula support from professors from international, lagi bagus.
Okey, faham. Terima kasih.
Yes.
Okey, terima kasih Tuan. Okey, saya buka lagi soalan kalau ada yang ingin bertanya pada Dr. Aidah. Okey, saya assume dah tak ada lah ya. Okey, so saya bagi pihak sekretariat pihak sekretariat pejabat TNCPI ingin mengucapkan terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada Associate Profesor Dr. Aidah Jumahat atas bantuan, panduan, sharing session, guideline yang telah dibuat sejak pukul 2.30 tadi kepada kita semua. InsyaAllah saya percaya memang kita mendapat banyak inilah manfaat untuk kita apply kepada permohonan FRGS pada tahun ini. So saya mengucapkan terima kasih kepada semua atas kehadiran ke sharing session kita pada kali ini, dan terima kasih kepada Dr. Aidah dan juga pihak sekretariat daripada Renew, Puan Nabila, Cik Nabila. So saya akhiri, kita tutup dan tangguhkan perjumpaan kita pada kali ini dengan tasbih kifarah dan surah Wal-Asr. Subhanallah. Okey, sekian, terima kasih banyak-banyak dan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jumpa lagi insyaAllah.
Alhamdulillah, terima kasih semua. Assalamualaikum.